Whether you're looking for the perfect bug-out vehicle, something you can go to work, pick up the kids, get groceries, and then have weekend adventures with, or just a great van life alternative, I think the second gen CR-V would fit any of these categories without any problem. The second gen of the CR-V went from 2002 to 2006. It carried a bunch of great characteristics from the first gen, but also built onto them with a better transmission, better engine, more power, better all-wheel drive, and just better looks as well, depending on who you ask. If you look at these vehicles from the outside, they look pretty small, especially for an SUV, but on the inside they feel very spacious, and they actually have a lot more space than you would expect, with a lot of really cool features that you wouldn't expect, but Honda always includes really cool out-of-the-box ideas like a shelf in between the front seats that folds down so you can actually walk from the back seats to the front seats, and you have a lot more space, as well as a drawer under the passenger seat. Really cool storage spaces all over the interior, which saves space, and you might not even realize that there are all these different places that you can store things, and Honda's always been good at that. But like I said, these CR-Vs have a lot of space considering they're really small SUVs and they're really good on gas. Now you can see this second gen, just like the first gen, has a feature where you can fold down the seats and turn the interior into a bed. It's so cool, and this will save you a lot of money if you're on a road trip or if you want to just live the van life in a CR-V. This is a great way to do it, guys. Lots of space in here, like I mentioned. You can store all kinds of things, but not only that, you can turn the interior into a bed, and I've laid in here. I'm 6 foot. I can easily lay in here with lots of space left, and the back seats do recline. They don't go all the way down, but they do recline. They also fold forward. So you could actually fold them forward or tumble them all the way forward to the back of the front seats, and you'll get a lot of space back there as well. But I think this would be the best way if you're camping or you just want to live the van life in a CR-V. So if you guys want to see the video where I turn my second gen CR-V's interior into beds, definitely check out the video on my channel, as well as all of the other videos I've made about this second gen CR-V, pros and cons, what I've dealt with, and everything in between, mods, what I've fixed, what I've actually upgraded, and I definitely love the CR-V, guys. Now, if you're getting a vehicle for all of the above reasons that we just talked about, you definitely want to make sure it's reliable. You want to make sure it stays on the road, doesn't leave you stranded anywhere, and especially if it's used or an older vehicle. Now, I am happy to say that these vehicles are very reliable. They come with a K24. The K series from Honda is extremely reliable. They've been making them for decades, and they still make them to this day in 2026, so they are great engines. They will last forever, and I'm really happy about this K24 that's in my second gen CR-V because I have nothing but good things to say about it. It is extremely reliable. I've basically done nothing except for change the oil. I've changed little things, but really, the engine, I've never had any issues with, and it is a very good engine. If you live somewhere hot, the ACs aren't the best in this vehicle. I have to mention this. They just really aren't a good design, and they don't last forever like the engines do. These vehicles are decent on gas. They're not the best on gas, especially if you have an all-wheel drive, which we're going to get into because this vehicle is an all-wheel drive, and it is actually great off-road, guys. We're going to get into that right now, but with fuel mileage, I have to say that it is pretty good. It's not the best, but it's not the worst as well. So now we're going to talk about the off-road capability of the second gen CR-V, and I am happy to say, guys, these things are very capable off-road. I was actually able to keep up for the most part with my brother's four-wheel drive Jeeps. Now, going up some steep hills, you do have to get momentum with these CR-Vs, and the second gen CR-V does have an updated all-wheel drive system that supposedly kicks in faster. Now, with these second gen CR-Vs, basically, you're always in front-wheel drive. When the front wheels do lose traction, the back wheels will lock up and kick into gear and start working. Now, these do work really well on decent little smaller hills. If you're going up a really big hill, especially a sandy or really thick dirt hill, you're going to want to get momentum and get some speed before you hit the hill, and the back wheels will lock in and help you get up the hill. And I really haven't met that many hills that I couldn't climb in my CRV. I've climbed basically every single hill that I've tried to climb, and there have been lots of hills that I've climbed in my CRV. Check out my off-road CRV videos if you guys want to see some dedicated videos of this second gen CRV hitting the hills and trails. And it's actually really fun to take off-road, especially because it's reliable. You don't have to worry about it. You just take it out there, hit some hills, and really beat on this thing, and it will keep going, guys. There have been many times that I was worried about it, and that was years ago, and this thing is still going. These CRVs are tanks. They will literally take everything you throw at them and take it with a smile. They're amazing. So you do have to look out for really deep sand if you're going off-road. I've actually never got stuck in my CRV with the stock tires, but I have with the mud tires. My mud tires were super grippy, but also very heavy. My CRV would actually bog down in the heavy sand, but my stock tires would just spin on top of the sand and mostly just get me out of there. So I think with stock tires or all terrains, you'll be fine in thicker sand, but with mud tires, they definitely do like to dig. These can take some decent sand as well as some hills, some trails, rocks, sandy, dirt. They can take it all. These CRVs are very capable, and that's one thing that I love about the CRV is not only can you drive it all over the place because it's super reliable, you can actually take these off-road and go places where most SUVs and cars cannot go. Now, all of that is great, but if the vehicle is rare and hard to find and overpriced, it's just not worth it. But with these second-gen CRVs, they are everywhere. You can find parts everywhere for super cheap. You can find these at junkyards for parts, and you can find them at second-hand dealerships all over the place. The smaller dealerships have these all over. You can find them on Facebook Marketplace. They're a decent price. They're really cheap. You can find these for like $2,000 to $5,000. And if you find one at low mileage, then it's even better. Mine has over 200,000 miles and it's still going strong. I see people on my channel comment and say that they have a second gen CRV with 280,000, 320,000, 400,000 miles. These things go forever. These CRVs are extremely reliable as long as you find one that was taken care of. Even if you find one that wasn't taken care of for a really, really good price, you're probably going to have a really reliable and good experience with one. They're just great overall vehicles. I absolutely love my second gen CRV, and I've always loved CRVs. These older CRVs are just really great vehicles, and they are just really good all-around vehicles that you can use for everything. Like I said, from going to work, pick up the kids, go off-road, hit some trails, and if you end up cracking a headlight, breaking a door handle, denting the fender, it's really not a big deal. You could find aftermarket parts all over the place on eBay and Amazon, as well as used parts at the junkyard or on Facebook Marketplace. These parts are everywhere. The CRVs are everywhere. They were extremely popular, and they're still very popular, and they're very reliable. You see them all over the roads still to this day. So that's about it for this video. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know if you guys are planning on getting a CRV. And if you're planning on building it like I did, definitely check out my previous videos on everything I've done to my CRV. Every single mod I've done to it, I've done in videos for you guys to check out. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.